20,000 feet up Denali. The air is so thin it feels like broken glass. My lungs are burning. Screaming for oxygen. I fall to my knees on the ice. Desperate. I crank the valve on my tank all the way open. But what hits my lungs isn't life. It's light. It's sweet. It tastes like chemicals. My throat closes up. I try to scream. But the sound that comes out is high-pitched. Distorted. Like a cartoon duck quacking. In this death zone. It sounds absolutely insane. 10 yards away. Two figures in expensive red parkas are laughing their heads off. That's Chloe, my fiancé, and Tyler, the influencer kid she's trying to make famous. Oh my god, listen to Ethan. Tyler tears off his goggles, wiping tears of laughter from his eyes. Chloe, you are a genius. Swapping his O2 for helium. That is the ultimate prank. It's not a prank, Tyler. It's a lesson. Chloe adjusts her heated gloves. Looking at my purple face. Like she's bored. He's been such a downer this whole trip. Thinking he's special because he won a Pulitzer. Lecturing you on lighting and angles. Let him sound like a chipmunk for a minute. Maybe he'll learn how to speak to us nicely. I grip the lightweight helium canister. Knuckles turning white. My brain is starting to short-circuit. Black spots dance in my vision. High-altitude cerebral edema. Haze. I know the symptoms better than anyone. Up here. Helium doesn't just fail to keep you alive. It scrubs the last bit of oxygen from your blood. This isn't a prank. This is a hit job. I summon every ounce of strength. Forcing air through my closed throat. Chloe. Give me the air. My voice is still a squeak. A dying clown in the snow. Tyler loses it. He holds up his 360 camera. Shoving the lens right in my face. The red recording light blinks. Like a bloodshot eye. Yes. Ethan, give me that face again. This is viral gold, man. Title idea. Pro climber chokes on the mountain. Chloe actually poses next to me. Framing herself against my agony. Peace sign up. Okay Tyler, that's enough. Save the battery. Chloe finally steps in. But not to save me. She stands over me. Looking down like I'm roadkill. Ethan. Stop being dramatic. I saw your physical. Your lung capacity is double a normal guy's. A little helium won't kill you. Stop acting like the world owes you something. We're just having fun. Your attitude is honestly suffocating. Suffocating. I'm on the edge of blacking out. But that word cuts deeper than the cold. Suffocating. For 3 years. I was her personal photographer. The ladder she climbed to get her inheritance. I spent months in the rain. Just to get the shot that impressed her dad. And now. To impress this college dropout. She stole the very air from my lungs. My hand shakes. Reaching for the satellite phone in my pocket. The SOS button is right there. My finger brushes the cold plastic. Stomp. A boot crushes my wrist into the ice. I hear the bone crack. Pain flares hot and sharp. Waking me up for a second. Tyler is standing on my hand. Smiling that innocent influencer smile. Ethan, buddy. What are you doing? You call rescue for a little shortness of breath. And Chloe looks bad. Plus if the chopper comes. We don't summit. This is my first big peak, man. Don't be so selfish. Selfish. I look at his twisted young face. Then at Chloe, who is watching in silence. And I finally get it. The bullying on this trip. It wasn't random. It was a purge. Chloe thinks I'm too expensive. Too controlling. I'm in the way. She wants to make this kid a star. And I'm the obstacle. She crouches down. Rips the sat phone from my other hand. And tosses it. It arcs over the ridge. Falling into a bottomless crevasse. Gone. Chloe. You will regret this. I stare at her. No more begging. Just the cold look of a dead man. She flinches. Then gets angry. Regret. Ethan, get real. I funded this expedition. I bought every piece of gear on your back. I decide who uses what. She turns to Tyler. Voice dripping with honey. Ty, are you okay? Your hands look pale. Tyler immediately hunches over. Faking a shiver. Yet it's freezing. The wind up here cuts right through me. Ethan's lucky. He's got that custom North Face prototype. Looks so warm. Chloe's eyes lock onto me. That parka. It's a one of a kind. Rated for 70 below zero. It is literally the only thing keeping me alive. Take it off. Her voice is colder than the wind. What? I think I'm hallucinating. I said take off the jacket. Chloe says it like it's obvious. You have altitude sickness anyway. You can't climb. Just rest here behind the rock. Tyler needs to summit. He's skinny, he gets cold easily. You're big and strong. You can handle it. Plus you're overheating from the sickness. You need to cool down. It's insane logic. Gaslighting at 20,000 feet. But I can't laugh. Tyler is already on me. Yanking at my zipper. Sorry bro. Just borrowing it. I'll give it back at base camp. Don't worry. I'll take good care of it. He's strong. Way too strong for a guy who's freezing. I try to fight. But the hypoxia makes my muscles like jelly. I am a sheep. Being sheared for the slaughter. They strip the outer shell. Then the heavy down liner. The wind hits me instantly. Cutting through my thin base layer. Like 1,000 razor blades. My body heat evaporates. The cold moves from my fingers to my chest. Like a python squeezing my heart. Tyler zips up my parka. Inhaling the warmth that used to be mine. Oh, that is cozy. Thanks, Ethan. Have a nice nap. Oh wait. I'll take the med kit too. Just in case I get a headache up there. You're just lying here. You don't need Dex. He pats my pocket. Stealing the dexamethasone. The only drug that stops brain swelling. Chloe looks at me one last time. A flicker of hesitation. But she kills it instantly. Ethan. Don't look at me like that. You did this to yourself. When we get back. If you apologize for ruining the vibe. Maybe I'll send a sled for you. They walk away into the whiteout. Tyler waves without looking back. Like he's leaving a bag of trash. I slump against the ice wall. Consciousness fading. The world goes quiet. Just the wind. And my heart slowing down. Thump. Thump. Is this it? No. Hell no. My vision blurs. But I see the green light on my wrist. My Garmin tactical watch. It's tracking my vitals. And it has a feature they forgot. I press the side buttons. Hold for 3 seconds. Black box mode. Engaged. It's a fail-safe for extreme photographers. It starts a continuous audio loop and uploads to the cloud via satellite burst. If there's a signal, everything that just happened, the helium laugh, the theft, the gaslighting, it's all data now. Flying over the mountains to a server in Virginia. Sleep pulls at me. Heavy and dark. Don't sleep. You sleep, you die. I bite my tongue. Hard. The copper taste of blood wakes me up. Then I hear it. Thwip thwip thwip. A rotor blade cutting the air. Am I dreaming? No. It's getting louder. Drowning out the storm. A spotlight hits my face. Blindingly bright. Figures in orange suits drop from the sky. Fast. Professional. Someone clamps a mask over my face. Pure oxygen. It floods my chest like fire. I gasp. Tears freezing on my cheeks. A big guy kneels in front of me. I know that face. My heart skips a beat. Frank. My boss at Nat Geo. The toughest editor in New York. He looks at my blue lips. My shivering body in just a thermal shirt. And his eyes go dark. Ethan. Hang in there, son. We got you. Who did this to you? I grab his sleeve. I can't speak. But he knows. He grabs his radio. Screaming over the wind. Base command. This isn't a rescue anymore. It's a crime scene. Secure the 2 climbers above us. I want them in cuffs. Before their feet touch the ground. The bird lifts off. I look out the window. 2 tiny red dots on the mountain. Struggling in the snow. I feel nothing for them. Chloe. Tyler. The game isn't over. You took my air. Now I'm going to take everything else. The hospital room in Anchorage is warm. Humidifiers hissing softly. A stark contrast to the death zone. I was out for 3 days. The doctors said 10 more minutes. And my lungs would have been wet cement. Frank is sitting in the chair. Peeling an apple with a pocket knife. One long continuous strip. Just like his patients. You're awake. How's the head? I try to swallow. My throat feels like sandpaper. But I can talk. Where are they? Frank chuckles. A dark sound. Anchorage City Jail. Felony assault. Reckless endangerment. Grand larceny. They're having a bad week. But. Frank pauses. Your almost father-in-law is panicking. He's been in the lobby for 3 days. Trying to cut a deal. He offered this. Frank holds up 5 fingers. 5 million. To delete the cloud data. I stare at the ceiling. $5 million. That buys a penthouse in Manhattan. A summer home in the Hamptons. But it doesn't buy back the warmth I lost. It doesn't buy back the betrayal. What did you say? I ask. Frank slices a piece of apple. Looking grim. I told him. Nat Geo photographers aren't for sale. We deal in truth. And besides. It's out of my hands. The DA picked it up. And the internet found it. Want to see? He hands me an iPad. The video is trending #1 worldwide. The clip of Tyler laughing. The sound of my duck voice. Chloe's cold face saying I'm dramatic. The comments are brutal. Millions of people. tearing apart Chloe's family business. I don't feel happy. I just feel tired. But I have to finish this. Frank? Set up a meeting. I want to see them. Frank frowns. The doc says you need rest. And frankly, they aren't worth your time. I need to do this. I say. I couldn't speak on the mountain. Now. I have a few things to say. Frank nods slowly. Okay. I'll make the call. But I'm coming with you. In case you want to punch someone. I shake my head. Violence is for them. For people like Chloe. The worst punishment isn't pain. It's irrelevance. The visitation room is grey and cold. Concrete walls. Steel chairs. Thick plexiglass divider. Chloe walks in. And she's unrecognizable. The Upper East Side princess is gone. She's in a baggy orange jumpsuit. Hair greasy and matted. No makeup to hide the fear. When she sees me, her eyes light up. Like I'm her savior. She throws herself at the glass. Grabbing the phone. Hands shaking violently. Ethan. Ethan, oh my God, you're here. I knew you wouldn't leave me. Tell them. Tell the police it was a misunderstanding. We were filming a reality show. It was a bit. Right. You love me. You wouldn't let me go to prison. I just look at her. Like I'm looking at a stranger. I don't pick up the phone. I just watch her panic. Silence. It scares her more than screaming. She starts to cry. Ugly sobbing. Ethan, please. I messed up. It was Tyler. He manipulated me. He said if we messed with you, I could take over the studio alone. I wanted to prove to Daddy I could do it. I was confused. 3 years, Ethan. Does that mean nothing? Please. Drop the charges. I'll sign over the studio. I'll marry you. We can go to City Hall tomorrow. I finally pick up the phone. Slowly. Chloe. My voice is raspy but steady. You weren't confused. You were calculating. To you. I was just like that oxygen tank. Useful when you need to breathe. But heavy. So you dumped me. I pause. Watching the hope die in her eyes. And don't blame Tyler. I saw the transcripts. You gave him the code to my safe. You told him to take the meds. You're not a victim, Chloe. You're the ringleader. Chloe slides down the glass. Collapsing onto the floor. She knows the emotional blackmail won't work. I hang up the phone. Turn my back. And walk out. I can hear her screaming my name. But the heavy steel door slams shut. And finally. There is silence. 3 months later. Soho. New York City. A gallery opening. No champagne. No loud music. Just quiet respect. On the center wall. A massive print. Captured in my final moments of consciousness. The horizon is tilted. The focus is slightly off. But the power is undeniable. In the foreground. Drops of blood on the lens. My blood. In the midground. 2 sets of footprints walking away. And in the background. The majestic indifference of the mountain. Bathed in a blood-red sunset. The title is just one word. Humanity. People stand in front of it and weep. Frank hands me a water. That print. A collector just offered more for it than Chloe's entire studio is worth. He smiles. But I know you won't sell. I take a sip. No. It's evidence. And it's a reminder. Never hand over your air supply to make someone else comfortable. What about Tyler? Frank asks. 7 years. I say. Attempted manslaughter. Grand theft. And Chloe. 10 years. Her dad got voted out by the board. The trust fund is frozen. The dynasty is over. Frank pats my shoulder. It's done. What now? Back to the mountains. I look out the window at the rainy New York streets. Up there. Above the clouds. The air is clean. Yes. I'm going back. But this time. I carry my own tank. And I walk alone. Because as long as I have breath. And a lens. I define what the summit looks like. I walk out into the flashing cameras. I don't blink. I've seen the darkness. I'm ready for the light. If you've ever had the air stolen from your lungs, remember, you can breathe on your own. Like and subscribe for more stories about justice served cold.